Hello there everyone and welcome to a new review on the channel, and today we're looking at something very good, something that for quite a few months once it got released never really got any traction, and as of late people have started reviewing it, talking about it, and I too had purchased it and road tested it, and I have to say it is very good, and I think it is a very worthwhile purchase that has gone under a lot of people's radars, and that is Sharp Prediction by Brook. So let's roll the intro so you get to learn more about this fantastic product. Let's roll it and get straight into it. Perfect, so decide to stick around, which means you want to learn more about Sharp Prediction. So what is Sharp Prediction? Sharp Prediction is essentially a system that will allow you to reveal that you've influenced the spectator in an unbelievable way. So the essence, kind of the main effect here, is that you would have a spectator, you would hand them a business card, and you would have them draw a small drawing. You would then put back the drawing inside, you would take another card, and you would get a feeling of what the drawing is. You would essentially do a drawing duplication and duplicate their drawing. And then you tell them, so I've already committed myself. For the first time, what did you draw? And let's say they say a house. And you say, that's very interesting because look at what I drew. And you show a house and you show matching images. But then you tell them, but did you notice something? Is that from the start, I was very specific about my language. Did you feel influenced about drawing a house? No? Can you take a look at the pen you've been holding throughout the entire routine? And then when they look, on the barcode of the pen is going to be said, think of a house. So you've essentially shown that you've influenced them from the start without them ever even noticing. That is the crux and the main routine. We're going to talk about all of the rest later on. That's essentially what you get. So now that you know what Sharp Prediction is, let's talk about where you buy this, how much does it cost, and what do you get. So you can buy this pretty much anywhere. It is distributed through Murphy's Magic, which means that it is very accessible at any of your favorite magic dealers. It will set you back $49.99 US, so basically 50, which is around 70 something Canadian dollars. And what you get is this. So you're going to get this tube, this very nice tube. It's like an opening tube just like this. And inside of this tube, you're going to get a few non-branded Sharpies. I have mine in elastics and already ready because I literally plugged these out from my case that I'm doing a show on Saturday. So by the time you're watching the video, it's going to be tomorrow. If you're watching it after, well, it already passed. But I'm taking this with me at my gig, so they're already prepared and ready. And yeah, so you get the 5 unbranded Sharpies. You also get a sticker sheet here with different reveals. I'm going to talk to you about all of that in a moment. And then you also get an entire project's worth, a seminar, a masterclass on this effect in the tutorial. So what you're getting is separate videos made with the team from Green Lemon. So Brook is only there in the introduction and the outro, but he's not there actually giving you the explanation. Is the team from Green Lemon. They do an excellent job. Everything is filmed well, and you're getting a ton of effects. So 1, you're going to get some peaks and some moves that you're going to learn. 2, you're going to learn the drawing duplication routine. Then you're going to learn a celebrity routine, a serial number divination, a magic square, a shape reveal, an ESP routine. I think I've already said the celebrity one, but if I haven't, a celebrity routine. And then you're going to get all these type of additional ideas that you can use these stickers with different things. You're going to get the 37 fours. You're going to get a bunch of information. I think overall it's like 2 hours worth of routines. And what's very nice is that every single routine has an on-street performance and a studio performance. So you get to see how every effect plays out in real time, both in studio and with actual spectators before the explanation and before unpacking. The tutorial provided here is A+ grade. It is exceptional. It is very, very good. And I've learned a lot from it. So essentially with your package, you're getting 2+ hours of kind of a masterclass on this with live performances, everything that you need, a sticker sheet with a bunch of stickers that you can use for your routines, and you're getting 4 unbranded Sharpies on which you can use your actual stickers to do the routine. So that is everything that you get here with your purchase. So having said that, let's get now into difficulty. So how difficult is this routine to perform? Well, there's things in this set that are immediately doable from the bat. So what I mean is that they're incredibly beginner. You do not even need to do anything. So the ESP reveal, for example, you do not need to do pretty much anything. It is pretty much self-working from the get-go because If you have 5 pens, you have 5 stickers, a spectator can choose any 5 symbols, and without giving the method away, it is quite easy how they could be holding the pen from the start. So there's some routines that are very easy. There's some of them that work on pure psychology. So there's one with a red hammer, where you're going to try to psychologically influence a spectator to think of a red hammer, and that one could fail, right? That could fail, it could not hit. So that one is much harder. Then you have the drawing duplication, which is in the middle. And what I've tested is that every single time I've performed this, I've hit one of the outs, okay? I've hit one of the outs every single time I've performed this. But there are cases where you're not. But what's really nice about this is that this is not your main effect. Every single routine in this set is built on an actual reveal, and the pen is an extra kicker, which means that you shouldn't be scared of failing or anything like that, because the pen is never drawn attention to. You never tell them that I'm going to influence you from the start and I'm going to prove it to you. You never say that. You never go, which is very brilliant. That's why I like it so much, is that the pen is just an extra kicker if you need it. If it doesn't hit, for example, the drawing duplication, the effect is a drawing duplication. You're going to get the drawing duplication head on 100% of the time. And if you don't hit the pen, that's fine. The effect is still extremely strong. Same with a lot of the other effects here. You will always be able to, to never seem that you fail, because you never draw attention to the pen until you're sure you've hit the nail on the head and you're ready to go. So even though this does require a bit of chops, a bit of performance for some of these effects, they're not incredibly difficult. So I would say it's between close to intermediate. So I would say intermediate, but also if you're a beginner getting close to an intermediate level, you could do probably 80% of these routines directly from watching the tutorial. They're not that hard. So yeah, as I said, that's why I really like this so much, is that the pens are a tool to use as an extra kicker if you need it. If not, the effect is still going to work 100% of the time, which is really great, because if you want to, now I'm kind of rambling because there's so much to say about this, but if you actually want to use these as kind of a tester for psychological forces, you can make your own kind of stickers. It won't be really expensive. You can make kind of your own barcode stickers, place them on there, and you can just try psychologically influencing your spectators, and if it hits, perfect, you reveal on the pen. If it doesn't hit, you move into something else. And it never seems like you're gonna fail. You can shape it. If you own any of the Peter Turner products, you know how he shapes psychological forces at the start of the routines. If it's the first thing he does to someone, he shapes that as a test. He doesn't tell them, I'm gonna read your mind or influence you. He just says, I just wanna learn a bit about you. Can you think about this, what would you say? Perfect, I've learned blah, 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 and you move on. So these are a brilliant way to have hits for your psych forces if they do hit. That's a very interesting use of these, and kind of a use that they've already predestined to already, but it is something you can ponder and think about moving forward. But overall, difficulty-wise, it is not that hard. Moving on now to practicality. So how practical is this? To perform pretty much all of these effects, all you need is these 4 pens and some billets or some cards or whatever, celebrity cards, depending on the routines that you do. You just need these pens and your extra prop. If you're doing drawing duplication, some billets. If you're doing a magic square, a paper. If you're doing the celebrity one, maybe the digital force bag on your phone. If you're doing this or that, etc. It really depends, right? So it depends on what you want to do, but overall you're gonna need your pens or pen, because some of them only need 1. So the magic square, you don't need 4, you only need 1. The drawing duplication, you need 4. The celebrity reveal, you just need 2. The number reveal, you just need 1. So it really depends on the routine, how many you need. The ESP match, you need 5. So it really depends on the routine that you do, how many pens you do need. But overall, it's between 1 and 5, and that's all you need to carry around. That and your extra prop. In terms of angles, a lot of the routines can be done 360, some 180. In terms of repeatability, it can be repeated if you want with different things. In terms of inspectability, they can inspect everything. They can inspect the pen, they can inspect the papers, they can inspect anything in every single routine. They can inspect everything. In terms of table space, you do not need a table for most of these effects. And in terms of reset, all of them are basically almost instant reset. So it's very, very easy to perform. Moving on now, since we've said that this is pretty much practical, where do you perform this effect? So this is something I feel that you can perform pretty much anywhere. I could see people doing this on parlor stage. If you have a camera or a setup, or if it's a small parlor environment, I would definitely perform this because it's going to be very, very good, and it can play well for big audiences as well. As I said, you can use this as a magic square, or you can use this as a psychological force for the entire audience, and you pick the person that hit the force, right? So it really depends on kind of what you're doing, but I do see ways of doing this for parlor and stage as well. But overall, the best way you do this is close up, table hopping. This is a workhorse of a routine. If you're doing table hopping from table to table, or cocktail parties or anything like that, this is a worker routine that you can do at every single table over and over and over and over again, and get massive hits and massive mileage. And what's really nice with these is that once the pen kind of wears out, you can just unstick the stickers or print new ones, put it on your other pens, and you're good to go. So essentially you have this basically forever. So having said all that, what are the positives and negatives of this effect? Let's start out with the negatives. There's only two negatives. One negative is I find that the stickers tend to unstick rather quickly. So I found that having them in banded up keeps them from unsticking, but sometimes they do kind of tend to unstick a bit. So just before performance, you have to press them down a bit, but it's not a major issue whatsoever, but it is something to keep in mind. Additionally, I don't know if this is something they're thinking of, but instead of printing your own stickers, it would have been nice if maybe in the future they're gonna sell just the stickers. So they could maybe just sell to you a refill sticker pack, I don't know, for like $5 or $10, and you can just rebuy the stickers and go at it again instead of having to print them out, find a sticker shop, etc. That would be really nice, but they don't, I believe, maybe I've forgotten or missed it, but I don't think they've mentioned that in the tutorial, but that would be a very cool and interesting thing to do, to just sell the stickers extra so that you can just buy another set of stickers and go ahead in your performance. However, what are the positives? One, it is very well produced, the effects are great, the multitude of ways you can use this are great. Personally, I use this just for the drawing duplication, and I don't see myself never not having these on me. These are incredible. So the drawing duplication, this is how I do it from the moving on. The tutorial is great. It really feels like a masterclass, even though this is $50 just for something this simple. The amount of tutorial, the amount of thought, the amount of psychology, performance, and language used here to make these play so well is phenomenal. So I really do think it's worth his money in gold. I really think it is very, very good. So having said all of this, would I recommend it and what do I rate it out of 10? I feel that if you want to have an extra kicker in your mentalism routines that is visual, because I would kind of categorize this as a visual reveal because it's been in their hand the entire time, I feel that this is fully worth it. I feel it's a great kicker, it's a great failsafe for his psych forces, it's just a great and genius idea by Paul Brook, and to be honest, I'm not surprised because if he puts his name onto something, it is probably gold. So yes, I fully recommend this if you're a mentalist. I think it is absolutely great. And what do I rate it out of 10? I'm rating Sharp Prediction a 9.25 on 10. It is really a very strong and good effect. I fully recommend it. And as always, if you have additional questions, leave them down below. If not, like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in my next review. Have a great one, and bye-bye.